It's Navir from OutstandingPersonalRelationships.com.
And I'm his wife, Coach Fatima.
I'm also his wife, Coach Nyla.
And today, I want to talk about basically polygyny in public.
I always want to support our family, and I always want to come off so positive because that's my bonus baby there.
Right. And that's the thing. I think the first incident for me that actually I can think of that sticks out to me was my mom and my brothers and sisters came and everything like that, and they were able to spend time together with the family. You know, it was all of us. It was my co-wife, my bonus babies, all of that. And I said, that's my co-wife, you know. And she was like, we doing this? Yes, we doing this. So we're going to let it be known because it's nothing to hide. You know, some people I think want to see some type of drama, and some people just don't know. Sometimes people think that they have to pick sides or anything or things like that. You don't have to pick sides. You know, we're together, we're a family, and we want people to know that.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, you're not hiding anything. I mean, it's relatively simple because you see the reactions of different people. So I'm like, yeah, this is my wife, Nyla. This is my wife, Fatima. Fatima, I've been married 24 years. Nyla and I've been 9 years. So what they think is, we say you have two wives or whatnot. They think, okay, oh, you've been married twice. Yeah, but there's no divorces.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm 2-0, okay? Gratefully.
Hey.
So we practice polygyny. It is what it is. You know, this is an ancient form of marriage. It's a form of marriage that builds nations, builds relationships, builds economies and everything else. And with that being said, I mean, today, if you have any type of shame or something with that, then shame on you. I mean, just being real, because, I mean, when they're out there talking about, oh, this trans this or, binary, whatever
I don't even know.
things that they use with stuff, or pro-gay this and marriage and all that kind of stuff. I mean, really? We're practicing something that all the prophets, or most of the prophets with the exception of Isa alayhi salam, have practiced in a righteous way. So it's very important to, stand firm on your beliefs and your values.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually even a form or a call or a form of dawah even when you are practicing it properly. This is not some, oh, I have these women that are just going to take care of me and feed me my crepes and fan me. And, it's just important to understand that there's structure. It's important to understand. I mean, if you're hiding it because you've been a punk about it, or you're not treating somebody right, and somebody's getting beat and abusive, and you're taking advantage of, low self-esteem women that just don't have any type of confidence about themselves, that's different. First of all, you shouldn't even be practicing or calling yourself even practicing it, because it's not what it is. I mean, it's abusive. And those are not the type of people that qualify to really step up to the next level. Those are the type of people that are destroying the communities versus building them up. This is part of our identity as Muslims. I knew that it was allowed. I didn't, when I first got married, I was 19 years old. It's not something I was planning for. We knew it was there, but 15 years later with different growth and so on and so forth, I opted into it. And we had to go through, the ups and the downs of the transition, if you will. But I'll let you know, one thing is definitely worth it. It provides structure, it provides stability when those who are working care, are mature, and work toward personal growth, and the children are that much more healthy.
We are not doing this for kudos for everybody, from everybody. Right. It's not for everybody. With us, I do believe that it's a great community building thing. It actually teaches or helps us teach our children to be well-rounded and understanding. And it's a thing that is building communities, and strengthening communities, not tearing it down, like the gay agenda and transgender agenda and the other type of agendas that does not, you don't have offspring that comes from that.
Whether we're on IGTV or not, whether we post a picture of our family or not, we're going to practice polygyny anyway. And we have never asked anyone's permission to do so. We got the permission from the Creator, from Allah. Love us, we welcome that. If people don't like us, that's great, but it won't stop what we're doing anyway. So it's like wasted energy.
I have relatives, uncles, cousins, grandfathers, all this stuff, right? And I told one of my uncles, one of my great uncles once, said, yes, it's my wife, got married, so on and so forth. And he was like, no. He's like, look, he called me by my former name. So he was like, look, nah, you don't marry him.
Oh, no.
It's like, no, you might play around a little bit and everything, but you don't marry him. You know what I'm saying? Listen, polygyny is not for the faint of heart. All right. If it was just a sexual thing, there's a whole lot of different ways to be sexually fulfilled in that fashion without marrying another woman, taking on all this extra responsibility.
Right.
Tell me, think about it. We live in an American society that is ridiculous with all kind of exploits and feeding whatever instant gratification you may want, especially that of the sexual nature. All right. I live in a city right now where it's number one in the world, or at least in the country, for sex trafficking. Sex trafficking. That's the city I live in. All right, but people won't have an issue with polygyny? Come on, man. Really?
Problems.
When you're talking about marriage, taking care of family, raising children, all that stuff, when we can go less than 5 minutes from here and you see prostitutes, broad daylight working.
Yeah.
All right, so I already know that there's a very small pool of men that are capable of becoming a whole lot more, becoming that much more, becoming twice the man to participate in polygyny, in my opinion. Many just aren't groomed or aren't familiar with it because it takes that much more responsibility. Who wants more responsibility? Right. If you're intending to do it right.
Exactly.
All right, if you're not intending to do it right, it really doesn't matter. But monogamy doesn't matter either, for that matter. I mean, it was created and designed for a man to only take care of one woman legally. Any other woman, a girlfriend, a mistress, a jump down, a concubine, a boyfriend, all of that can still be had in monogamy, and it is had in monogamy. But if anything comes from those relationships, any children, any disputes, any property issues, then they don't count.
It's called illegitimate.
Right.
So I mean, that was designed for the protection of men. Polygyny was more, in my opinion, designed for the protection of women and societies and communities and nations. So yeah, we can go, back and forth on that type of thing, but men aren't genuine when they say that. When they say, oh, just get it right. Really? Let's be real about it. I haven't come across any man, maybe one old guy I talked to one time, and he was like, yeah, I really wouldn't want to have another wife. Okay, cool. I understand. You're like 75 years old. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But being real, every man, Muslim man I've ever talked to, ever talked about polygyny or have another wife or whispered it or something, right, so his wife wouldn't hear him, being genuine, wouldn't mind doing so if they had the ability to do so, because I really don't hang around those types that do it as a sport or a serial monogamous. You married, you divorce or abuse, and you go and taking advantage of people. That's not where we come from. It's not the cloth I'm cut from.
And speaking to what your uncle was saying, when you compare polygyny to having a side chick or something of that nature, you cheapen polygyny. And we're prescribed, and we don't do that. We don't practice that. We're talking about marriage. We're not talking about having a girlfriend or a baby mama, because I've heard this term thrown around in my personal life. People say, well, isn't that like his side chick? And I always stop them immediately, because now you're disrespecting my marriage, our husband, and their marriage. And that's something that you're not going to do. And I'm standing there. So let's make sure we have our terms correct when we use them, especially people in our community. We always make sure that I give Nyla her rights, and I say she is Nadir's wife as well. It shakes the people, but that's all right. They need to be shooken up sometime.
I studied about polygyny. It made a lot of sense to me. Not that it's just, I'm like, oh yeah, let's just jump into polygyny or anything like that. It just made sense as a form of marriage that actually helped and assisted in the growth of a community and all that other good stuff. It's a really good thing because it does show the different dynamic, and it actually shows just the awesomeness of it. It just shows the well-roundedness of the children. If you actually look at the children and what they see and how it opens their mind space and the love and the support, knowing that they have support from all of us, knowing that if she's not feeling well, she has someone that she can come to help out with anything, and vice versa. If I'm not feeling well, if I'm tired, if he's out of town on business, whatever the case may be, it's an awesome thing, and it doesn't cause an issue with other people because we don't think about what other people are saying right now. That's not about if they like it or not. Like we talked about it before. We're not getting their permission to do, what we do. It's nothing negative about it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to hide. And I'm going to say one thing, because he said he never been ashamed and everything like that. It wasn't the point of me being ashamed. It was actually a difficult thing, though, for me to bring it out by me being an incoming wife. It was difficult for me. It was difficult for me because I didn't know what to say. I wasn't confident within myself and my place at the time. So it actually took a minute. But when I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I know that this is a choice of mine. I understand it. I'm fine with it. I'm not being harmed any type of way, shape, or form. And if you don't like it, too bad, so sad. It's not your life anyway. Then it was better for me. I was able to say, yeah, I practice polygyny. Yes, that's my co-wife right there. Oh, they'll see her out and like, I thought I saw you. Oh no, you saw my co-wife. I can say that, and that was fine.
Yeah, are you divorced?
Yeah, that's my favorite one. Yeah, are you divorced?
Yeah,
I saw him with someone else. It must be his new wife. When did you guys get divorced? First of all, I never said we got divorced, nor are we divorced. But that's assumption, and we talk about that.
When you do put it out there in public, it does shut the naysayers up. It does stop people from trying to destroy something and try to poke holes.
They leave you alone.
They'll leave you alone because they know that you're firm in what you believe in.
They can't do anything with you. When you shut them down, they can't do anything with you.